Hi students, how are you? So in this video we are going to discuss about next periodic property, that is the electronegativity. So what is this electronegativity? How to calculate electronegativity and what is the periodicity of electronegativity and applications of electronegativity. Okay, this is also important concept, electronegativity. So what is this electronegativity? This is the property of bonded atom, not isolated atom. Because ionization enthalpy, the minimum amount of energy is required to remove electron from outermost orbit of isolated neutral gaseous atom. So ionization energy is the property of isolated atom. Like that, electron gain enthalpy, the minimum amount of energy is released when an electron is added to outermost orbit of isolated neutral gaseous atom. Nothing but electron gain enthalpy is also property of a isolated atom. Now this electronegativity is the property of bonded element, bonded atom. So two atoms are bonded with each other. Two identical atoms are bonded with each other. For example, two hydrogens in H2 molecule. Two hydrogen atoms are bonded by one covalent bond. Okay. So here one single bond is present between two hydrogen atoms. Single bond is present between two hydrogen atoms means here one electron pair. That is a bond pair because that involves in bonding. Okay. Bond pair electrons are present between two hydrogen atoms. Both are hydrogen atoms. That's why the attractive forces of this bond pair towards nucleus is identical. Two elements, same elements, attractive forces also similar. So same amount of attractive forces present between two hydrogen atoms. That's why this bond pair exists between two hydrogen atoms. Now it is a non-polar pure covalent compound. Okay, non-polar pure covalent compound. So here bond pair is exact at the center of two hydrogen atoms. Like that, BB, two identical atoms bonded with each other. For example, chlorine. In Cl2 molecule, two chlorine atoms are bonded by one covalent bond. Nothing but here also one bond pair is present. Okay. Now both are chlorine atoms, both are identical atoms. So attractive forces are equal. This side chlorine, that side chlorine, attractive forces are equal. So the bond pair exists between two hydrogen atoms at the center of two hydrogen atoms. Bond pair exists. Now one bond is formed between A and B, heteroatomic molecule. Different atoms bonded with each other. Now for example HCl. Okay, HCl, hydrogen, chlorine, different attractive forces. Here same size, same attractive forces. Same size, same attractive forces. Different sizes, different attractive forces. Now here one of the atom attract this bond pair more towards itself. Heteroatomic molecule given. So one of the atom attracts this bond pair more towards itself. So if chlorine attracts this bond pair more towards itself, the bond pair shift towards the chlorine. Nothing but electron density is more towards chlorine compared to that hydrogen. So electron pair attracts towards chlorine. Because of this, chlorine gets a not complete gaining of electrons. Just the bond pair shifted. For example, it's the breaking of bond. Heterolytic cleavage, breaking of bond like this. Chlorine gains electrons, this changes to Cl minus, and this H loses electron, that's why it changes to H plus. Okay, H plus and Cl minus will form if it is heterolytic cleavage. Okay, now like that complete breaking not takes place, but this bond pair is attracted more towards chlorine compared to hydrogen. Because of that, this is complete charges. Now here partial, like this represented is a partial delta, partial negative, and this hydrogen gets partial positive charge. Now this is a polar covalent compound. This contains partial negative charge and partial positive charge. Negative and positive poles are there. So it is a polar covalent compound. Nothing but it contains dipole momentum. So anyhow HCl, between two hydrogen and chlorine, one electron pair is present, that is a bond pair. This bond pair is attracted by one of the atom more towards itself. So the tendency, nothing but capacity. Okay, the tendency of an element to attract bond pair electrons more towards itself. The tendency of an element to attract bond pair electrons more towards itself. That capacity is called electronegativity. So this B attracts more towards itself, negative. This one not attracts more, that's why shifted that side. Here electron density is lesser, positive. So partial negative and positive poles will develop. Anyhow, what is this electronegativity? The tendency of an element to attract bond pair electrons more towards itself. That is called electronegativity. Okay. So what are the units of this electronegativity? Atomic radius, angstrom, nanometer, picometer, because there is a distance. Okay, picometer, meter, like that units. And ionization enthalpy, that is energy. Energy units kilojoule per mole, kilocalorie per mole, electron volt per atom. And electron gain enthalpy, that is also enthalpy energy. Kilojoule per mole, kilocalorie per mole, electron volt per atom. Okay. Now what are the units of this electronegativity? Electronegativity attracting power. So that's just attraction. So no units for this electronegativity. So the following periodic property not contains any units. Given answer is the electronegativity, no units. Okay, no units for this electronegativity. And how to calculate this electronegativity attraction power? How much attraction is there? How to calculate? So this electronegativity is calculated by using different scales. So first one is the Pauling scale. How to calculate electronegativity using Pauling scale? What is the parameter used for calculation of electronegativity in Pauling scale? Given answer is the bond enthalpy or bond energy. The parameter used is bond energy. So how to calculate electronegativity in this Pauling scale? XA is the electronegativity of A. Okay. And XB is the electronegativity of B. Actually this is not exam, but we are using like that only. So XA minus XB is equal to 0.208 root delta. This is the formula used to calculate the electronegativity. So this is the electronegativity of A, this is the electronegativity of B. One is a known, another we can find. That's why Pauling used a hydrogen as standard element. One known, another unknown. Then we can find that unknown electronegativity. Both unknown we can't find. That's why Pauling used a hydrogen as standard element. Its electronegativity he used a 2.1. So what is the standard element used for calculation of electronegativity of elements in Pauling scale? Given answer is a hydrogen. What is the electronegativity of hydrogen used in this Pauling scale? That is a 2.1. By taking this as standard, remaining elements electronegativity calculated by using formula XA minus XB is equal to 0.208 root delta. What is this delta? Delta is the bond energy difference. Experimental bond energy minus theoretical bond energy. The difference between experimental bond energy and theoretical bond energy, the difference is the delta. Okay, the bond energy difference, experimental bond energy, theoretical bond energy. What is this theoretical bond energy? How we are taking bond energy? For example, AB bond energy. This is nothing but HCl. Okay, HCl bond energy. What is this HCl bond energy given? HH bond energy, nothing but AA bond energy plus BB bond energy by 2. The average of bond energies of AA and BB, nothing but in homoatomic pure state, that we can consider as the AB bond energy. AB bond energy is equal to AA bond energy plus BB bond energy by 2. For example, HCl bond energy is equal to HH bond energy plus Cl bond energy by 2. So using this formula we can calculate the bond energy. This is theoretical bond energy. But this theoretical bond energy differ from experimental bond energy. Why this one differ from experimental? For example, HH. Between two hydrogen atoms some attractive forces are present. So energy required to break this bond, that is the hydrogen bond energy. Cl attractive forces are present to break this bond, that is the Cl bond energy. Now HCl bond energy not exact average of HH bond energy and Cl bond energy, because here attractive forces more than here attractive forces. Nothing but here attractive forces average not similar to the Attractive forces, the average of attractive forces of hydrogen chlorine not similar to the attractive forces in HCl. That's why the experimental bond energy and theoretical bond energy differ. That difference is a delta. This delta we have to substitute here. Okay, if delta is kilocalorie per mole, then this is not the units of electronegativity, units of delta, bond energy. Okay, energy units kilocalories, kilojoules. So kilocalorie per mole. If delta value in kilocalorie per mole given, then we have to use this formula XA minus actual. This is not a X we are using like that. We are pronouncing like X. It is a chai. Okay, chai A minus chai B. This is chai symbol. Okay, not X. So chai A minus chai B. Now I am using just XA. XA minus XB is equal to 0.208 root delta if delta given in kilocalorie per mole. Okay. Now instead of this formula we can also use formula AB bond energy is equal to AA bond energy into BB bond energy power 1 by 2. Nothing but root AA into BB bond energy, that is also equal to AB bond energy. Like this also we can take bond energy. This is the formula used to calculate electronegativity of elements in Pauling scale. Here what is the standard element used? Hydrogen. Hydrogen electronegativity 2.1. Okay, using hydrogen electronegativity 2.1, like this electronegativity we can calculate. So using this formula, the electronegativity of fluorine we are getting 4.0. This is only the highest. The highest electronegativity is 4.0. The element is a fluorine. Okay, this is the formula used to calculate electronegativity of elements in Pauling scale. XA minus XB is equal to 0.208 root delta. Okay, that is chai A, chai B, not X. So next one. Mulliken scale, not Millikan. Millikan oil drop experiment used to find the charge of electron. Millikan oil drop experiment. This is Mulliken scale. In Mulliken scale, how to calculate the electronegativity? Okay, what is the parameter used? What is the parameter used to find the electronegativity in Pauling scale? Given answer, bond energy. Bond energy difference, experimental and theoretical bond energy difference. By using that, we can find the electronegativity of element. The standard element used in Pauling scale is the hydrogen 2.1. The element with highest electronegativity, fluorine 4.0. And how to find the theoretical AB bond energy given? AB bond energy is equal to AA bond energy plus BB bond energy by 2 or root AA bond energy into BB bond energy. Okay. And kilocalories given, that formula. What is the formula? XA minus XB is equal to chai A minus chai B is equal to 0.208 root delta. Delta given in kilocalorie per mole. If delta given in kilojoule per mole, 0.1017 root delta. This formula we have to use. Okay, this is in Pauling scale. Now in Mulliken scale, how to calculate electronegativity? What are the parameters used? Electronegativity is equal to ionization enthalpy plus electron affinity by 2. The average of ionization enthalpy, the energy required to remove the electron, and electron affinity, energy released when electron is added. So this average, from this we can find the electronegativity. So electronegativity of any element in Mulliken scale, that is equal to ionization energy plus electron affinity by 2. But problem is Mulliken scale values are 2.8 times more than Pauling scale values. Mulliken scale values are 2.8 times more than Pauling scale values. Nothing but for every element 2.8 times more we are getting than original answer. To avoid this, what we can do? Divide every answer with 2.8. That's why formula change like this. Ionization energy plus electron affinity by 2 into 2.8, 5.6. Okay, this formula. What is the formula in Mulliken scale given answer? Ionization energy plus electron affinity by 2. But problem given by 5.6 we have to use it to get the correct answer. Because every answer 2.8 times more than Pauling scale value. This is also important question. Mulliken scale values are how many times more than Pauling scale? Given answer is a 2.88. When we have to use this formula, ionization enthalpy, electron affinity given in electron volt per atom. Not units of electronegativity, units of ionization enthalpy and electron affinity. Both the values are given in electron volt per atom. This is the formula. If kilojoule given, we have to convert that electron volt to kilojoule per mole. No? Kilojoule per mole given, formula 544. Ionization energy plus electron affinity by 544. When we have to use this formula, ionization enthalpy and electron affinity given in kilojoule per mole, that is per atom. Okay. Kilocalories given, the formula is electron affinity is equal to ionization enthalpy plus electron affinity by 125. 125.5 some value. So 125 we can use. Okay, ionization enthalpy plus electron affinity by 125 if kilocalories given. What kilocalories are? Ionization enthalpy and electron affinity. Kilocalories given, this formula. Kilojoules given, this formula for calculations. Okay, electron volts given, this formula we have to use. These are formulae used to calculate electronegativity in Mulliken scale. Okay, so this Mulliken scale not applicable for noble gases. So why Mulliken scale is not applicable for noble gases? See the problem. Mulliken ionization enthalpy of noble gases very high. Highest ionization enthalpy noble gases, for example 500, just for example. Okay, electron affinity 0 because not gains any electrons, not accepts electrons. Electron affinity is 0 by 2, 250. Some value we are getting. Okay, nothing but in kilojoules we have to take, not by 2, by 544 because this 500 in kilojoules, no, like that some value we are getting. Okay, some value we are getting, but noble gas is not involved in bonding. They are not involved in bonding. How they attract bond pair electrons? Chance not there. So electronegativity of noble gases, 0 group element 0. We have to get 0, but we are getting some value. Okay, this is 544 because it is kilojoules I use, no. For example 500 kilojoules, nothing but by 544 we have to use. Then divide that, we will get anyhow some value, but we should get only 0. We are not getting 0. So this Mulliken scale values, Mulliken scale not applicable for 0 group elements. Anyhow, how to calculate in Mulliken scale given? These are the formulae. Okay, this is Mulliken scale. One more scale we can use to calculate electronegativity, that is Allred-Rochow scale. How to calculate electronegativity in Allred-Rochow scale? Allred-Rochow scale. How to calculate electronegativity? See that Allred-Rochow scale. So how to calculate electronegativity in Allred-Rochow scale using effective nuclear charge. Okay, the parameter used effective nuclear charge. Electronegativity is equal to 0.744 plus 0.359 into effective nuclear charge by R square, radius square. Okay, using this formula we can calculate electronegativity in a Allred-Rochow scale. 0.744 plus 0.359 into effective nuclear charge by R square. Okay, so to find this electronegativity, first we should calculate effective nuclear charge. Anyhow they will give the radius. Okay, but we should find effective nuclear charge. So how to calculate this effective nuclear charge? Formula Z star, nothing but effective nuclear charge is equal to Z atomic number minus sigma. Sigma is a screening effect. Okay, so this screening effect, outer electrons present in outer shell, outer electron screening effect 0.35, inner electron screening effect 0.85, innermost, that is n-2, n-3, n-4, how many shells are present? All those shells screening effect is 1. Okay, outer shell screening effect 0.35, inner shell screening effect 0.85, innermost shell's screening effect is 1. Okay, using this screening effect we have to calculate the effective nuclear charge. For example, sodium given. Sodium atomic number 11. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Okay, On this outer electron, we have to calculate the effective nuclear charge. On this outer electron, we are going to calculate. On this electron, no, that's why we have to leave that electron. Remaining how many electrons in outer shell? This is outer shell, this inner shell, and this innermost shell. Okay. So remaining how many electrons in outer shell? No, 0. Okay. 0 into 0.35. 0. Inner shell how many electrons? 8. 8 into 0.85. Okay. It is equal to 6.80. Okay. And innermost how many electrons? 2 electrons. 2 into 1. 2. So total effective screening effect or shielding effect 8.80. This is the screening effect. Now calculate effective nuclear charge. Z star is equal to atomic number 11 minus 8.8. This is equal to effective nuclear charge. Okay. Like this, first we have to calculate the effective nuclear charge. So how to calculate? Z star is equal to Z minus screening effect. Outer electron screening effect 0.35. Inner electrons 0.85. Innermost electrons 1. Okay. Sodium 11. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. 1 electron in outer shell. On this we are calculating. Okay. Remaining electrons 0. 0 into 3 0.35. And inner shell 8 electrons. 8 into 0.85. Innermost 2 electrons. 2 into 1. Total screening effect is 8.8. Then atomic number 11 minus 8.8, that is equal to effective nuclear charge. For example, it is magnesium. Magnesium 12, 3s2. What is the effective nuclear charge in magnesium given? On outer electron, 1 electron we have to remove. Remaining 1 electron is there. Now 1 into 0.35, 0.35. Okay. And innermost 8, 8 into 0.85. And innermost 2, 2 into 1, 2. So total we have to take. That is screening effect. And atomic number minus this screening effect, that is equal to effective nuclear charge. So to solve this electronegative problem using Aldred-Rochow scale, first we should calculate the effective nuclear charge. That's why I discussed how to calculate effective nuclear charge. Okay. Then this is the formula used to calculate electronegativity in Aldred-Rochow scale. This is calculation of electronegativity in Pauling scale, Mulliken scale and Aldred-Rochow scale. Okay. So next, what is the periodicity? Periodicity of electronegativity. What is the periodicity of electronegativity? Nothing but down the group and in period left to right. Increase or decrease. So down the group, electronegativity. Down the group size increases, right? Size increases, here bond pair is present. This element bonded with other element. This also bonded with other element, bond pair. The distance between center nucleus and its bond pair electrons less. Here the distance between center nucleus and bond pair electrons more. So distance increases, attraction decreases. That attraction power is nothing but electronegativity. So size increases, distance increases. Distance increases, attraction decreases. Attraction decreases means electronegativity decreases. So down the group, electronegativity decreases. Okay. Now, in period left to right size decreases. Size decrease means distance decrease. Distance decrease, attraction increase. Attraction increases, electronegativity increases. So in period left to right, electronegativity increases. Down the group, electronegativity decreases. Now, last 0 group elements, 8th A group elements. 8th A group elements not involved in any bonding. So no electronegativity. So 8th A group elements electronegativity is okay, 0. 8th A group elements electronegativity is 0. 8th A 0 means which elements contains highest electronegativity? 7th A group elements. So highest electronegativity 7th A group elements. In 7th A also down the group electronegativity decreases. So what is the element with highest electronegativity? Given answer fluorine. So complete in periodic table element with highest electronegativity fluorine. Fluorine next oxygen, next nitrogen. Nitrogen, chlorine almost similar. Okay. That is the electronegativity periodicity. Down the group decreases and in period left to right increases. Okay. So next, what are the applications of electronegativity? Applications. Using this electronegativity, we can find the nature of bond. So how to find this nature of bond? Two elements are given, A, B. A electronegativity, for example, 3.8. B electronegativity 1.8. Okay. What is the difference between these two electronegativities? That is the 3.8 minus 1.8 means it is a 2. The difference is 2. Okay. If electronegative difference is more than 1.7 between two elements, then the nature of bond is ionic. So we can find the nature of bond using electronegative difference. If the difference is more than 1.7, ionic in nature. If it is less than 1.7, covalent in nature. If it is equal to 1.7, 50% ionic and 50% covalent in nature. For example, one element, two elements are bonded with each other. One is 2.8, another is 1.8. What is the nature of the bond given? Difference is 1, less than 1.7. Nothing but the bond is a covalent in nature. 1.7 we are getting 50% ionic, 50% covalent. Anyhow, ionic bond contains covalent nature, covalent compounds contains ionic nature. So, using electronegativity, we can find the nature of the bond and we can also calculate the percentage of ionic character. So, how to calculate the percentage of ionic character? Percentage of ionic nature, it is equal to 16 into Xa minus, I am using Xa but actually it is a chi A. Okay, this is not X, this is chi, electronegativity symbol. Chi A minus chi B plus 3.5 into Xa minus Xb power 2. Okay, this is the formula used to calculate percentage of ionic nature. Using electronegativity, we can calculate how much percent of ionic nature is present in given compound. Okay, and we can also calculate distance. Nothing but bond length. Using electronegativity, we can find the bond length also. If it is pure element, for example, HH, half of the distance is equal to radius. So radius is equal to distance of AA by 2. So distance is equal to 2 into radius. But these are different elements. Then how to find the distance? Then formula is radius of A plus radius of B minus 0.09 into Xa minus Xb. This is the formula used to calculate the distance between the two bonded atoms in molecule or bond length. Simply bond length. How to calculate the bond length? Given formula Ra radius of A plus radius of B minus 0.08 into chi A minus chi B or Xa minus Xb. This is the formula used to calculate. So using electronegativity, we can calculate the bond length, we can calculate the percentage of ionic nature, and we can find the nature of the bond. It is the ionic bond, covalent bond, or 50% ionic and covalent present. Okay. And one more use, we can identify the acidic strength also. Okay. For example, C triple bond C, one hydrogen attached. Alkyne, C double bond C, two hydrogens are attached, one hydrogen I am taking. Okay. C single bond C, three hydrogens are there, one hydrogen I am taking here. Now, alkyne, alkene, alkane. Here hybridization Sp, Sp2, Sp3. Okay. If percentage of S character is more, percentage of S, how to calculate? That's S orbital, one is the P orbital. Yes, S orbital. Okay. Two hybrid orbitals here. Number of S 1 by total number of orbitals 2. 1 by 2 into 100 is a 50% S. Okay, 50% S character. In sp2 hybridization, 1 S by total 3 into 100. 33.33% is the S character. Percentage of S character. sp3 hybridization, 1 S, 1 plus 1 S and 3 P orbitals. 4 into 100, 25. 25 is the percentage of S character. Percentage of S character decrease here. Here more percentage of S character. Percentage of S character is more, size is less. Size is less means attraction is more. Attraction more means electronegativity is more. So electronegativity is increases with an increase in percentage of S character in hybrid orbitals. In hybrid orbitals, percentage of S character increases, size decreases, electronegativity increases. Okay. Here electronegativity of this carbon is more. Electronegativity is more means attraction of this bond pair towards itself is more. If this attraction of bond is more, this is ready to lose H plus. If anyone loses H plus, that is acidic in nature. So alkynes loses H plus. Like that alkenes not loses H plus. So which one can release as H plus given that is a alkyne? Why alkyne releases H plus? Electronegativity of that carbon is more. Why electronegativity is more? Percentage of S character is more. How it is more? Sp hybridization. So Sp hybridization, percentage of S is more, size is small, so electronegativity is more. That's why it attracts bond more towards itself. So it can release as a H plus easily. So that's why alkynes are acidic in nature. Alkyne hydrogen is acidic in nature. But alkenes are not acidic in nature. Okay. So this electronegativity indicates a acidic nature also. This is about applications of electronegativity. So what is electronegativity? What are the units and how to calculate this electronegativity? Pauling scale, Mulliken scale, Allred-Rochow scale, and what is the periodicity of electronegativity in group and period, and what are the applications of electronegativity. Okay. So this is about electronegativity. So periodic properties completed. So first periodic property atomic radius, second periodic property ionization enthalpy, that is very important one, and third one electron gain enthalpy, fourth is the electron. These are major periodic properties. Like this electropositivity, metallic, non-metallic natures, there no. Anyhow electronegative are non-metals, electropositive are metals. So down the group electronegativity decrease, ultimate electropositivity increase, remaining direct we can identify. Electropositivity increase. Electropositivity increase means metallic nature increases. Metals are basic in nature. Metal oxides are basic in nature. So oxides basic nature increases. Down the group electronegativity decreases means electropositivity increases. So metallic nature increases. Basic nature of oxides increases. So acidic nature of oxides decreases. Like that in period left to right, electronegativity increase means electropositivity decrease. Negativity means attracting, positivity loses. Electropositivity decrease. Electropositivity decrease means metallic nature decrease, non-metallic nature increase. So S block good metals, P block good non-metals. Last 7th year all is good non-metals no. So non-metallic nature decrease, non-metallic nature increase. Non-metallic nature increase means non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So acidic nature increases, basic nature decreases. That's why the strongest acidic oxide is Cl2O7, chlorine oxide. Like the strongest basic oxide is cesium oxide. Down the group increase no. Cesium oxide, strongest basic oxide. Chlorine oxide is strongest acidic oxide. But middle some oxides are there no. Metalloids oxides and some metal oxides also amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric means this shows both acidic nature and basic nature. Best example aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide is amphoteric in nature. Like the zinc oxide is also amphoteric. And metalloid oxides, they are also amphoteric in nature. Anyhow, left to right, basic nature decrease, acidic nature increase. Okay. So this is about periodic properties. Thank you.